Do you know with certainty how you would react in a time of extreme stress or crisis? As a 22-year-old woman in San Francisco, Betty had not yet decided on a career path. So while she was figuring out what she wanted to do, she worked at the factory owned by her parents. The factory produced beef jerky. It wasn't really her dream job, but it kept her busy at the time, and she also felt good about helping her parents in their business. One day, Betty's workplace suddenly became very dangerous. Some people came in to rob the family business, and they were waving guns around. Betty was out front, and she was one of the first employees to come in contact with the robbers. She never panicked, even as one of the men held a gun to her head. Instead, she calmly called her dad, who was in the back, and said, "Dad, we're being robbed." The robbers got some money and left, and no one was physically injured. Betty's nerves of steel would come into play again years later. She was one of the flight attendants on American Airlines Flight 11 on September 11, 2001. Today, you'll hear her voice, and you'll learn why the 9/11 Commission declared Betty a hero.
Real people in unreal situations.
The eerie silence when I walked in, and he's just staring at me.
I was like, hello, like, are you okay? And then I had to tell him it was me.
There was just blood everywhere.
They're shouting, they're screaming, they're being hit by bullets, they're hitting the ground.
And in that moment, I literally thought, this is how I die.
Everything changed then.
And I just thought to myself, this isn't happening.
Every single story deserves to be heard.
I'm Scott Johnson, and this is What Was That Like?
Betty Ong was born in San Francisco, California on February 5, 1956. Her parents were Chinese, and she grew up in the Chinatown area with one brother and two sisters. She graduated from George Washington High School. Betty was a beautiful young woman and was actually approached about considering a career in modeling. However, her parents, particularly her mother, did not approve of that option. That's why, for a while, she was working in the family business. When she was around 25, she started working with Pacific Southwest Airlines in the baggage claim department. Later, she joined Delta Airlines as a ticket agent. In 1987, at age 31, she became a flight attendant with American Airlines. Oh, and that incident where she remained calm in the face of an armed robbery? That wasn't the only time she stayed cool in a stressful situation. There was a time she was driving on U.S. Highway 101 in San Francisco, and she witnessed a serious accident. A car was hit by a speeding pickup truck, causing that car to go out of control and roll over twice. Other people witnessed the accident, but Betty was the one to stop. She ran over to the crashed car to see what she could do to help. When she got to the car, she was able to communicate with the driver, a woman named Joellen Chu. By strange coincidence, Betty and Joellen realized that they had actually already met about a month before at a bowling alley. Betty stayed with Joellen until first responders arrived. Joellen later described Betty as having courage, kindness, and compassion for wanting to help. And that's just who Betty Ong was. The airplane for American Airlines Flight 11 was a Boeing 767 and had been in service for 14 years. This plane was able to accommodate 158 passengers, but on September 11, it was only carrying 81 passengers and 11 crew members. Betty had specifically chosen to assign herself as a flight attendant on this flight because it was going to Los Angeles. Her plan was to get there and go on vacation to Hawaii with her sister. There was one person who had a ticket for Flight 11, but showed up at the airport too late and missed it. That was Seth MacFarlane, creator of the TV show Family Guy. By 7:40 a.m., the passengers were all on the plane, including the 5 men who were planning the hijacking. 3 of them were in business class, and 2 were in first class. At 7:59 a.m., the pilots maneuvered the aircraft to begin takeoff from runway 4R. The hijacking began around 15 minutes after takeoff. The Boston Air Route Traffic Control Center made multiple attempts to contact the aircraft.
Boston Center, good morning. American 11 with you, passing through 190-230. American 11, Boston, Center, Roger, climb, maintain level 280. American 11, turn 20 degrees right. 20 right, American 11. American 11, climb, maintain level 350. American 11, climb, maintain level 350. American 11, Boston. Earth 7, Mike Lima, how do you hear? Mike Lima has you loud and clear. American 11, Boston. American 11, the American on the frequency, how do you hear me?
This is Adam.
This is Boston. I turned American 20 left and I was going to climb him. He will not respond to me now.
Looks like he's turning right.
Yeah, I turned him 20 right.
Oh, okay.
And he's only going to, I think, 29.
Okay.
Well,
sure, that's fine.
But
you
I'm
want
not
to answer
talking to him.
He's Nardo. Roger.
Right.
Thanks.
Earth 7, Mike Lima, descend at pilot's discretion, maintain level 240.
PD down 240 will begin down. Mike Lima.
American 11, Boston. American 11, if you hear Boston Center, ident.
Boston, got a 683, flight level 210, climb 230.
Cardinal 683, Boston Center, Roger, climb, maintain level 310.
Climb, maintain flight level 310.
American 11, if you hear Boston Center, ident, please, or acknowledge. American 11, if you hear Boston Center, recontact Boston Center on 127.82. That's American 11, 127.82.
By this time, the hijackers had stabbed 2 flight attendants and slashed the throat of one of the passengers who tried to fight them. How the terrorists gained access to the cockpit is not completely known. FAA rules at the time required that the doors to the cockpit remained closed and locked throughout the flight. The 9/11 Commission report suggested that they may have attacked the flight attendants in order to secure a key and open the cockpit door. There was also some mention that pepper spray had been sprayed in the main cabin in order to further incapacitate the passengers. Whatever happened, the hijackers were able to enter the cockpit and either kill or incapacitate the pilots. All 5 hijackers barricaded themselves inside the cockpit and now had control of the aircraft. At 8:24 a.m., Boston air traffic controllers finally heard radio communications from Flight 11, but it was not what they wanted to hear. The voice coming over the radio was one of the hijackers. He was apparently trying to make an announcement to the passengers in the plane, but he mistakenly pushed the wrong switch on the mic, and his voice was heard and recorded by air traffic controllers. He said, "We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We are returning to the airport." A few seconds later, he said, "Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any moves, you'll endanger yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet." This is the voice of Mohammed Atta.
We have some planes. Just stay quiet and you'll be okay. We're returning to the airport. Nobody move. Everything will be okay. If you try to make any move, you'll endanger yourself and the airplane. Just stay quiet.
Nydia Gonzalez was an American Airlines operations specialist on duty that morning in Raleigh, North Carolina. She got a call that morning from one of the crew members of Flight 11 who was reporting that the plane had been hijacked. That crew member who called her was Betty Ong. While she had Betty on the line, Nydia called the American Airlines emergency line.
American Airlines emergency line, please state your emergency.
Hey, this is Nydia, American Airlines calling. I am monitoring a call in which Flight 11, the flight attendant is advising our reps that the pilot, everyone's been stabbed.
Flight 11?
Yep. They can't get into the cockpit is what I'm hearing.
Okay, who's this I'm talking to?
Excuse me, this is Nydia, American Airlines at the Raleigh Reservation Center. I'm the operations specialist on duty.
I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Nydia.
Nydia. And what's your last name?
Gonzalez, Gonzalez.
Raleigh reservations. Okay.
Now
Now
we
when you...
have a flight attendant on the line with one of our agents.
Okay. And she's calling how?
Through reservations. I can go in on the line and ask the flight attendant questions.
Okay. I'm assuming they've declared an emergency. Let me get ATC on here. Stand by.
Gotten any contact with anybody? Okay, I'm still on with security, okay, Betty? You're doing a great job. Just stay calm, okay? We are, absolutely.
Okay, we're contacting the flight crew now. We're also contacting ATC.
Okay.
Anything else from this flight attendant?
So far what I've got, the number 5 flight attendant's been stabbed, but she seems to be breathing. The number 1 seems to be stabbed pretty badly, and she's lying down on the floor. They don't know whether she's conscious or not. The other flight attendants are in the back, and that's as far as I know. It seems like the passengers in the coach might not be aware of what's going on right now.
These 2 passengers were from first class?
Okay, hold on. Hey, Betty? Do you know any information as far as the gentlemen that are in the cockpit with the pilots? Were they from first class? They were sitting in 2A and B. They are in the cockpit with the pilots.
Who's helping them? Is there a doctor on board?
Is there a doctor on board, Betty, that's assisting you guys? You don't have any doctors on board, okay. So you've gotten all the first class passengers out of first class?
Have they taken everyone out of first class?
Yeah, she's just saying that they have. They're in coach. What's going on, honey? Okay, the aircraft is erratic again. Bobbing, very erratic. She did say that all the first class passengers have been moved back to coach. So first class, the cabin is empty. What's going on your end, Craig?
We contacted air traffic control. They are going to handle this as a confirmed hijacking, so they're moving all the traffic out of this aircraft's way.
Okay.
He turned his transponder off, so we don't have a definitive altitude for him. We're just going by, they seem to think that they have him on a primary radar. They seem to think that he is descending.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Lydia?
Yes, dear, I'm here.
Okay. I have the dispatcher currently taking the current fuel on board, and we're going to run some profiles
Okay.
to see exactly what his endurance is.
Okay.
Did she...
She doesn't have an idea who the other passenger might be in first. Apparently they might have spread something, so they're having a hard time breathing or getting in that area. What's going on, Betty? Betty, talk to me. Betty, are you there? Betty? Listen, do you think we lost her? Okay, so we'll stay open. I think we might have lost her.
Okay.
The phone call from Betty was around 25 minutes, but only the first 4 minutes were recorded. This is Betty Ong talking to Nydia about what was going on in the plane at that time.
Number 3 in the back, the cockpit's not answering. Somebody's stabbed in business class. And I think there's mace that we can't breathe. I don't know. I think we're getting hijacked.
Which flight are you on?
Flight 12.
And what seat are you in? Ma'am, are you there?
Yes.
What seat are you in?
Ma'am, what seat are you in? We just left Boston. We're up in the air.
I know.
We're supposed to go to L.A., and the cockpit's not answering their phone.
Okay, but what seat are you sitting in? What's the number of your seat?
Okay, I'm in my jump seat right now.
Okay.
At 3R.
Okay, you're the flight attendant? I'm sorry, did you say you're the flight attendant?
Hello?
Yes, hello?
What is your name?
Hi. You're going to have to speak up. I can't hear you.
Sure. What is your name?
Okay, my name is Betty Ong. I'm number 3 on flight 11.
Okay.
And the cockpit is not answering their phone. And there's somebody stabbed in business class, and we can't breathe in business class. Somebody's got mace or something.
Can you describe the person that you said someone is what in business class?
I'm sitting in the back. Somebody's coming back from business. If you can hold on for 1 second, they're coming back. Okay. Our number 1 got stabbed. Our purser is stabbed. Nobody knows who stabbed who, and we can't even get up to business class right now because nobody can breathe. Our number 1 is stabbed right now.
Okay.
And our number 5, our first class passengers, our first class galley flight attendant, and our purser has been stabbed. And we can't get to the cockpit. The door won't open. Hello?
Yeah, I'm taking down all the information. We're also, of course, recording this. At this point...
This is operations. What flight number are we talking about?
Flight 12.
Flight 12. Okay.
No, we're on flight 11 right now. This is flight 11.
It's flight 11. I'm sorry, Nydia.
Boston to Los Angeles.
Yes.
Our number 1 has been stabbed, and our 5 has been stabbed. Can anybody get up to the cockpit? Can anybody get up to the cockpit? Okay, we can't even get into the cockpit. We don't know who's up there.
Well, if they were shrewd, they would keep the door closed, and...
I'm sorry?
Would they not maintain a sterile cockpit?
I think the guys are up there. They might have found their way up there or something. Nobody can call the cockpit. We can't even get inside. Is anybody still there?
Yes, we're still here.
Okay. I'm staying on the line as well.
Okay.
Hi, who is calling reservations? Is this one of the flight attendants or who? Who are you, hon?
She gave her name as Betty Ong.
Betty?
Yeah, I'm number 3. I'm number 3 on this flight.
You're the number 3 on the flight?
Yes.
And this is flight 11? From where to
Flight
where?
11.
Have you guys called anyone else?
No. Somebody's calling medical, and we can't get a doctor.
On the ground, air traffic control and emergency services were trying to determine what the plan was with the hijacked aircraft. Of course, they did not know the intended target.
Actually, in New York, Boston, I got a little situation with American 11, American 11. He is a 767 departed Boston going to LAX. We don't know where the aircraft is going. He supposedly going to LAX, was going westbound. We lost his frequency, then we lost his transponder, and now the aircraft is just west of Albany, heading due south.
Well, Boston Center claims that they lost radio communication with the aircraft and the transponder, and there's also they're tracking the primary target at this point. He was last known at flight level 290, and he appears to have turned south-southwestbound. And also, there was some mention of some sort of a threat being made, or a threat to the cockpit, or some threat
Let me get managers
in the cockpit then. And Boston's uncertain exactly what was said. I guess they're going to try to pull the tapes as quick as they can.
SOC, Ray Howland.
Ray Holland, Nancy Wyatt, Boston Flight Service.
Yes.
Okay, we've got the flight attendants on the line here.
You do have them on the line?
On the plane, yeah.
Can you conference them in with us?
I have no idea how to do that. If you can help me out. He's getting some information here. I'm going to read his notes for you. It looks like he's Middle Eastern. He speaks no English. He was in 10B, 10 Baker, 9 D&G. Speaks no English. The plane's in a rapid descent. Yeah. Okay, the flight attendants are concerned they don't know what's going on in the cockpit. Are you in contact with them?
No, we're not. That's true. We're trying to get in contact with the cockpit.
Okay. No. Okay, it looks like there is severe bleeding that he's keeping her on the line. There's severe bleeding. There's a slashed throat. Okay, we just lost connection.
Lost the connection.
Yeah. Something's wrong with the airplane?
Yeah. In other words, something's wrong.
They're not in the cockpit.
No, they're
Okay, they're in the back of the plane.
They're in the back of the airplane?
Yeah, they're in the back of the airplane. They're not. Oh, the hijackers are in the cockpit.
Oh, no.
Okay, they're in the cockpit.
Hey, Craig. Craig. They're saying they're in the cockpit.
Boston Center here. Can I get New York Tracon?
You bet. So nothing with the cockpit?
Yes, with American 11.
Say it again?
Oh, a reference to American 11.
Right, have you had any contact with him yet?
No contact. It is confirmed hijack, though.
Tracon?
Okay. Hey, Tracon, hi, Boston Center. Good morning. American 11. 767, possible hijack.
Okay, American 11, 75, and Destin. Where's he landing?
Right now, we don't have any idea, but he was to the northwest of Albany, and now he's down by Sparta, losing speed very rapidly. We believe he's a primary only. We believe he's on a descent. That's why he's slowing down.
Looks like we lost the primary target about 20 west of Kennedy, and we had a report of an ELT in the area.
Yeah, we lost the track, too.
Hey, Boston, this is New York.
What type aircraft was the American?
767. This is the ACI watch. Say again, if you lost track of the aircraft, over?
Boston has lost track, and on our frequency we have confirmed that it was a hijack. That's on the tapes.
Yeah, New York confirms we've lost the track as well, and we got a report of an ELT in the area that track was in. Kennedy Tower reports. Are you serious? Kennedy Tower reports that there was a fire at the World Trade Center, and that's the area where we lost the airplane.
At 8:37 a.m., Flight 11 began to descend rapidly. At 8:46 a.m., American Airlines Flight 11 crashed into the North Tower. The airplane was traveling around 440 miles per hour and loaded with roughly 10,000 gallons of jet fuel. The nose of the plane directly impacted the 96th floor. Hundreds of people were killed instantly, including people in the offices of the North Tower and everyone on the aircraft. The highest floor that had any survivors was the 91st floor. Anyone above that floor would lose their life either from the flames, or breathing in the toxic air from the explosion, or from the tower eventually collapsing. Roughly 100 to 200 people jumped from the upper floors to escape the intense heat. As a result of the call that Betty Ong made from Flight 11 that day, during which she relayed vital information, the FAA closed airspace, which was the first time that had happened in United States history. Because of her actions, the 9/11 Commission declared Betty Ong a hero. And she's been honored in other ways as well. On September 21, 10 days after the attack, there was a gathering in a small park in San Francisco to pay tribute to her. Mayor Willie Brown declared September 21 to be Betty Ong Day. In 2011, the Recreation Center in San Francisco's Chinatown, where Betty had played as a child, was renamed in her honor as the Betty Ong Chinese Recreation Center. About 6 months after the attack, Betty Ong's remains were recovered from Ground Zero and identified. She was cremated and her ashes were buried at Cypress Lawn Memorial Park in Colma, California. Today, Betty's legacy lives on through the Betty Ann Ong Foundation. The mission of the foundation states in part, Betty believed that having a positive self-image and self-confidence at an early age was crucial to the development of a well-adjusted individual. Our mission is to empower both youth and senior citizens to make positive physical and emotional lifestyle changes for a healthier and brighter future. The foundation's website is bettyannong.com.
Each year in September, we have an episode dedicated to remembering the terrorist attacks that happened on September 11, 2001. If you or someone you know was directly involved and you'd like to tell your story, please get in touch with me through the website, whatwasthatlike.com. In particular, I'd love to hear from someone who was in the Pentagon that day. This month marks the 24th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks. 2,976 people were killed that day, and thousands more were injured. Many first responders are still dealing with the adverse health effects of working in toxic conditions on that day and in the weeks and months that followed at Ground Zero. May we never forget.